Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video here we successfully designed our mega menu part, right? So into this mega menu now we have to add some of the functionality. Here I want to use some of the JavaScript, that means a pure JavaScript, and with this first of all we have to count it. Like if you have that 50 category, then all that 50 category should be loaded, and here also we have to add some of the, we have to fix some of the area. If you want to do that work, first of all I want to do for the every button, if you go to our code, better I copy another one. Okay, I copy another 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I say I add that 7. Now we get the save all. Now if refresh, now you can see it's automatically added that is scrolling. So after that, that is our fixed area. So after that fixed area, now that is all that our menu is loaded. Okay, now we have to actually add that functionality. Like if you click it on here, then automatically that should be loaded with all that our subcategory. Okay, that means subcategory menu will be loaded. If you want to do that work, first of all we have to get that a specific length. That means how many category we have to actually get it. And also if you go to our button, for the every button our class name actually the same, that is Accordion, right? You can see for every button our class name is the same as Accordion. So now with this we will actually do that work. For doing this I want to do here, there is our components. Into this component area I want to create one of the method first. I want to create one of the method. I just name this method as a mega menu. Okay, so this type of the mega menu method I simply created in here. And when you create this mega menu method, so in previous I have already discussed about that things with you. First of all, here we have to bind it, right? We have to bind it in our constructor. So I name it as a constructor. So that is our constructor. Into this constructor area I want to load our super. Okay, super constructor. I want to load this super constructor in particular that position, and then we have to bind it. So that means this, and then our method name as a mega menu. This mega menu will be our this, and then the mega menu method. Here I want to bind it. So that will be as a bind. Okay, I want to bind this. Simply bind this. Perfect. Okay, now I want to load it. That means when this page will be loaded. Okay, when this page will be loaded, we have to get all that our categories data. So if you want to get this, then they have another function as a component did mount. In fundamental I have already discussed about that things with you. What exactly mean that component did mount? That means when this class will be loaded, first of all this component did mount method will be loaded, and then rest of this everything will be executed. So I want to use that as a component did mount. Okay, so component did mount. With this component did mount I want to do here, I want to pass out this method as a this, and then our method name as a mega menu. Okay, simply loaded our this method in here. That means when our this mega menu class will be executed, first of all our this mega menu will be executed, but that means this method will be executed. Okay, so here I simply load that our component did mount in here. Perfect. Now we, as I told you friend, we have to get all that our data, right? We have to calculate all that our length data. Here I want to get it by our this name as Accordion. So I want to do here, I have to get this count all the data. So I take one of the variable. In JavaScript, when you take another variable, that will be as a var. Okay, var, and I name it as according as a ACC, and then with these documents, and then with this document I have to get element by the class name, right? So that is one of the class name. If you go, because there is a button, there is a class name as Accordion. So now I want to take it. So now that's with this get element by this class name, I want to get our this class name. So our class name is here as a Accordion, right? I hope it's very much clear to you. And after that I want to get this length. So if you want to get this length, I take on the variable as a var, and then I name it as a Accordion number. We have to get this number, and number I want to get it with our, I have already get our get element by class name. I take the things with this variable. So now with this variable I want to use that as a length function. So that is our default one of the function, JavaScript function is the length. So I want to use that length. With this length now we are able to actually get that total category length. I show you, like here if you want to check it, you can check it with the alert. I name it as a alert. I want to load one of the alert, and to this alert here I want to pass out this account Accordion name. So I simply pass it. So now that will be very much clear to you. Now if you click as a save all, and first of all, as I told you, our with this component did mount, our this method will be executed first, right? And into this method area, now that should be count how many accordion button we have. That means that with this class name it should be calculated this data. Now click as a save all, and now if you go to your page, now click as a refresh. Yes, you can see now first of all it's actually loaded our this alert, and now it's display as a 15. That means right now we have that 15 category menu data, okay, which is totally fine. I hope it's very much clear to you, friend. Now here we have to get all the data, right? One by one we have to get all the data. So for the reasons here we have to run one of the for loop, and with this for loop here we have to pass one of the click event. So let's do that work. For doing this, that is alert. Right now we don't need this. I want to do, first of all, I take one of the variable. I just take one of the I. Okay, I take one of the I, take as a I, and then with this we have to actually get our 0 index data to the last index, right? So now I'm done to add that with the for loop. Here that is our for loop. So into this for loop I have already get our var as a, it should be started our index. So here with this index it should be started from to the 0. Okay, that means category will be started from to the 0, and after that I have already get our this class accordion all the data, and here also I check that length, right? So right now they have the 15 category, remember? So I have already checked it with the alert. So now we have to actually get all the data. So now with this access, that means our this variable as a SEC number. Now I want to do, it should be running until I make it as with this I index, it will be running until our this according number. If there have any other ones, so automatically it will be incremented. So if it will be incremented our index. So this index data I want to make it as a plus. Okay, friend, automatically now it will be get one by one, it should be loop, and it should be get all the data, whatever the category you have. So all the category data it should be get, and after that I want to pass it. I want to pass our this accordion. So this accordion data. So here I have already getted our this I. With this I, that means that is our index, right? So now that will be indexing our first one, that will be indexing our second one, the third one. So here automatically it should be run, and here I want to pass one of the listener. That means I want to pass one of the event listener, and this listener will be one of the click listener. So I want to do with this, so that is our index, all the index data it should be get, and after that I want to add event. Okay, add event listener. Okay, so with this add event listener I want to pass one of the listener. All listener will be as a click, so I make it as a click. Okay, so there is a click function, so our function will be as a click function. I simply pass it in here. Okay, so that will be our function. Perfect. Now in particular that position I want to do, when you select it, then this will be as a selected. Okay, so that means this will be as a active. So for the active I have also created another CSS. If you go to our mega menu, into the mega menu I have already created another. You can see there is an active. So this is the active class. Now I want to call it. That means when you click it, in particular this button, then that should be as a selected. Okay, so if you want to do that work, so now I want to run our this CSS. So here I want to use that as a this, and then our class list. So class and the list. Okay, class list, and here I want to make it as a toggly. Okay, toggly. So with this toggly actually it should be active or deactive. So for the reasons here I'm actually using the toggly, and then I want to make our this active class, our class name as a active. I want to use it, so that is our active class. Okay, now that should be as a active, like I show you. Click as a save all, and now if you go click as a refresh, now select it, you can see it's now activated. So if you select it, it's activated, and also if when you click again, then it's unselect. Click it, unselect. So click it, selected. Okay, here for the reasons here I'm actually using it, so that is our class list toggly, and then here I make it our active class. Perfect. Great. And now we have to that means when it should be active, then I want to do our next procedure will be executed. Our next procedure, that is our button, and after that button our another div, that is our panel, right? When you click into particular this button here, I want to load our again our this div, and this div name as I name it as a panel. So now this will be actually loaded. And also here we have to add that another functionality, like when you select it as a man's clothes, then this man's clothes related subcategory will be visible. And again, if you click at another one, then automatically that will be hide and that will be executed. Okay, so here also you have to add this functionality. Now first of all I want to add this our panel. That means that is a talk deactive. I think at that point it's very clear to you. And after that what exactly it will be executed? It will be executed our panel. So now I'm going to use there as a panel. Okay, so with this var panel, that is our class name. You can see that is actually our class name. So now I'm going to use it. So this class name here I want to use that this, and then the next element sublink, next element element. Okay, next element sublink. So that is another property. So now I'm going to call it as a next element sublink. Okay, after that next what exactly it should be executed? After that button it should be executed out this panel, right? So for the reasons here I simply load it and I take it with this panel. Now with this panel I want to check it, that means which one exactly that executed. Okay, so here I want to do, that means when you click it, that will be actually one of the height will be increased, right? So here with this we want to add some of the condition. After that I want to add on the condition, because we have to find out which one is actually open, right? I want to put on the if condition, and with the if condition with this panel. Okay, with this panel I want to use that as a with this style. Okay, with this style I want to use that as a maximum height. I want to count that maximum height. Okay, maximum height. This maximum height will find out which one is open. Okay, so I put that condition panel style is maximum height. If there have any maximum height, or another one will be as a null, right? For the reasons here I want to do that is our condition into this condition area, then our same as a panel. So panel and then style. So panel style, our maximum height. Maximum height. So this maximum height, then another one will be as a null. Okay, so then that means another one will be as a close. As I told you, when you select this one when that will be executed, and if you select another one, that will be as a close and that will be as executed. Okay, I want to actually add this type of one of the functionality. So we first of all check it, if there have any maximum height, then another will be as a null. Okay, and else after that I want to use that as a else. I hope you understand that part. That is one of the pure JavaScript code. So now I'm actually using it in here. So now same as with this panel, our style will be the maximum height. So with this maximum height here I want to pass our this panel. Okay, this panel, there is the scrolling, so it should be check our scrolling height. Okay, scroll height, and here I want to concrete on the pixel format. So I want to use that as with this pixel. So I want to use that as a pixel. Okay, I want to concrete this pixel. Perfect, friend. That's all you have to do. Okay, so now that should be executed. Now let's check this out. Click as a save all. I click as a save all. Now go to our project. Click as a refresh. Now if you click it on here, yes, you can see now this sub menu is visible, right? And also you can see everything. I hope is very clear. So when you click it, then automatically it's hidden. If you click it again, then it's hiding. So that is the same condition. I simply apply it on here. It will be check it, this height is open in not, or rather than it will be make it as a null. So you can see when you select it, perfect, it's now loaded. Click it, it's now hidden. So all the category is now successfully loaded in particular that position. Okay, that is all that our subcategory and the category is visible. Perfect. And also if you want to check that responsive mode, perfect, you can see our responsive mode is also working. Our feature product is working, new variables, product collection, everything is great, right? Everything is great. So that is also working perfectly. Now our menu is also working. Everything is great. Okay. Friend, here we successfully complete our menu portions. Later we will also add another top banner. So step by step, as I told you, first of all I want to complete that design portion, then we will actually work for it. Okay, so right now friend, that is all that actually static data, right? So here later we will actually get all the data from our database, all that our category will be comes from our database. You can manage everything from to the admin panel, and all that our there is a sub categories, all that subcategory will be also comes from to the database. Right now that is all that is static data. I use the same name. Okay, so later we will actually make it total dynamic. Friend, here we successfully complete our sidebar, that is our mega menu, and in our next video I want to discuss about the slider. So here I want to load another slider with using the same carousel. Okay, so here how can do that work. In our next video I will show you that things with the live example. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.